Hi, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar AI plus Everyone, making everyday life smarter. I am Srishti and I'll be your host for this insightful session today. Thank you all for taking the time to join us from across regions. It's great to see such an enthusiastic audience gathered to explore how artificial intelligence is shaping the way we live, learn, and work. Before we begin, just a few quick notes. The session will be of around 45 to 50 minutes followed by a dedicated Q&A segment. So, do keep your questions ready. You can share your questions in the chat or Q&A panel anytime during the session and we'll be taking all those towards the end. Also, we'll be sharing the recording of this webinar after the event with you all. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our partner for today's session, ETX Philippines, who has co hosted this learning experience with AI CERTs. We are joined by Mr. Rico Batista from ETX Philippines, and I'd like to invite him to briefly introduce his organization and share a few words about how ETX is contributed to empowering professionals through technology and digital learning. Rico?
Thank you very much, Christy, and good evening, everyone. For those of you who are dialing in from the Philippines, and good afternoon if you're from India, and good day to all of you from wherever you are. We are grateful that you're able to join us today. Actually, there are more than 100 who registered for this webinar, and we're actually half in terms of our attendance for tonight. And I hope that the others will be able to join us in a couple of minutes. Maybe some are finishing their dinner or maybe still on their way back home. But just before we proceed with the main segment of this webinar, I would like to briefly introduce to you our company, ETX PH. So I'd like to go to the next slide. So ETX PH is a company where our slogan really is empowering transformation and sustaining growth. If you can move to the next slide. So we are a leadership and business consulting company that offers holistic capability building programs to help empower transformation in employees, management leaders, and organizations. So just moving on to the next. We actually have several service areas. We are into business and tech consulting. We are into leadership and sales development. We are into employee and staff engagement. And particularly, and which is actually the interest that we have for tonight, we are into AI certification and training. On the next slide. So, as mentioned, we are doing, which is, I think, very relevant into what's happening in an environment right now. We have recently partnered with AI CERTs, which is a global company based in the US, where their thrust is to be able to accredit or to certify individuals, 1 billion individuals with regard to AI, so that they have a programmatic way of understanding what's happening in AI according to the roles that each one has. So, and these are the major topics that AI certification has, whether it's on the AI essential, business, security, cloud, and few others. So, on the next slide, there are actually two types of courses. One is the professional course, and the other one is a technical course. So, and what we're actually saying is that the courses that we're offering is actually role-based. So, if you would see on the screen, on the essentials, there's the AI for everyone, for executive, for prompt engineering. But if you are in the business world, there are different roles that you can actually enroll in, whether you're in sales, marketing, researcher, human resources, finance, customer service, legal, so and many others, even educator, learning and development, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin plus executive. Of course, if you will enroll, so there's a fee to it, and the fee is placed there, and you will have a 1 year access to all the learning modules according to the role or to the program that one will be choosing. For the AI professional course, it's normally an 8-hour learning session, And after 8 hours, you would have to take the exam. And when you pass, you get your certification, which is valid for 1 year. On the next slide, we also have our technical courses. And the technical courses is really for people who would like to go deep down into the understanding of AI. So we have courses on data, robotics, quantum, developer, engineer, so business intelligence, cloud, Bitcoin, and few others. So our AI technical course is actually a 40-hour session. So that means if you'll spend just learning in 1 week, it would take you around 5 days to be able to learn and understand the technical courses that you have enrolled in. And after 40 hours, you will also take the exam. And when you pass, your certification will be valid for 1 year. So the price is also on the screen. Okay? So So just before I turn over the floor again to our host, we again in ETX PH would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And I hope that the next few minutes, the next 15 minutes or so, will be minutes wherein you'll be able to enter into the world of AI. Thank you very much and good day to you all.
Thank you so much, Rico. Thank you for that wonderful introduction and for your continued partnership in making learning accessible and impactful. We are delighted to have ETX PH collaborate with us for this initiative today. Now, let's move on to our main session. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce our speaker for the day, Ms. Nilanjana Mukherjee. Nilanjana is a technical trainer, consultant, and digital learning advocate with over a decade of experience in empowering professionals across continents. She is a certified corporate trainer and consultant who has delivered impactful learning experiences across industries, from BFSI and government to IT, oil and gas, and education, spanning India, Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and the US. She specializes in enterprise platforms like Microsoft Dynamics 365, SAP SuccessFactors, and Workday HCM, blending deep technical knowledge with a strong foundation in instructional design and adult learning principles. Her mission? To make complex technologies initiative and accessible, helping people not just understand technology but use it to enhance everyday life. Please join me in welcoming Nilanjana Mukherjee. Nilanjana, over to you.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome, everyone. And greetings, everyone. I could see that, we have a lot of people joining in across the globe. And it would be great to hear from you all that, where exactly you people are joining in from. So, since this is a webinar, I think it's very important for each one of us to communicate. And the best way we could do that in this webinar is using the chat box. So, I would encourage each one of you to make optimum use of the chat box. Whether if you have any questions or any queries, you can please feel free to drop them all on the chat box during the webinar. Having said that, I would also like to know that where exactly everyone is joining in from. So it would be great if you can place in your name, your areas of expertise, and where exactly you are joining in from. So that would be great to hear from my lovely audience. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's begin with this particular webinar. So, this webinar, I welcome you all to understand that how we can make the integration, how we can imbibe AI, and we can make our life easier and smarter. All right. So, this particular webinar, we are going to be having an impactful session where we understand that how AI, everyone, is going to be helping us to have the same kind of impact. Now, whether you are new to this particular domain, which is AI, or looking in order to have a deep dive, a deep understanding, so this particular webinar will help you to build around that. Now, AI isn't just a technical buzzword. It's quite embedded in our lives in today's world, right? So the way we communicate, the way we shop, the way we work, and even the way we relax, right? So today's session is going to be showing you some of these and how AI is touching our lives across. right? And why it matters and how you can get ahead of learning by making use of it and by understanding it. So here I'll also be sharing a couple of stories, the case studies as well, so that you get introduced to the concept of AI and how it is being taken care in AI certs and what is the impact it's going to be having. All right. So with that, I welcome you all again and let's get started. Now, why exactly we do have this particular webinar for? Okay, so simply we are going to be talking about the artificial intelligence. Okay, so artificial intelligence is something that is not in the future, it's here, present, right here, right now. AI has, as I said, it has integrated into our home, into our workspaces, and into our everyday habits. Yet, many people, they perform certain things and they still get unnoticed. So, this particular webinar is designed to change your thought process into that. All right. So, we are going to be taking you on a walkover so that you are able to understand, getting some tangible examples, experiences. All right. And how it works behind the scenes. Okay. So, I'm going to be giving you some understanding on that as well. With that, I bring you to the question that what exactly is AI? All right. So I'll just take a pause for a minute and I would want each one of you, so whatever you feel that according to you, your understanding about AI is, please feel free to drop that in the chat box. So my question is, what exactly is AI according to you? All right. So you can continue dropping in your messages, your context. So let me go ahead and take that. So think of AI. We know it stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is something which is going to be acting like a brain, the brain that you're giving to the machine. Now, it is when you are having the computers, you are designing them to think, to learn, and to make decisions, a bit like what humans do. For example, if I talk about that, are very simple example, mobile phones. Mobile phones, we have these, earlier we used to have these number locks, or maybe you have to do the designing on the number lock. So that could be there. But nowadays, it's more on the facial recognition, just like uh, how someone, they are coming to your house when they ring the bell, you are not going to be opening it to someone who is unknown to you. Same concept gets applied to AI, where it's trying to understand whether it's the same person, or maybe this belongs to this person or not. It's trying to understand. Another example, very widely we can relate to, is Netflix. Okay, when we watch Netflix as an entertainment, it would suggest you that what might be that you would like. So we are going to be talking about this as a case study at a later point of time, but just in context to that. Okay. So normally, do you think that computers are intelligent or not? Yes, people. Do you think the computers are intelligent? They're born with intelligence? No, right? So they are not intelligent. So what we are doing, we are going ahead and we are instilling intelligence into the computers. Since they are not intelligent, and hence we call it as artificial intelligence. Okay, now over here, I will just quickly move on to my whiteboard to explain you certain concepts. Okay, now whenever you are trying to make your computers intelligent, and if you're doing that, if you're trying to have your systems intelligent, now that will come under the umbrella of AI. So you might have heard this terminology as AI. So whenever you are hearing that, we are trying to imbibe or embed artificially, we are trying to have that intelligence that comes under the platform of AI. All right. Now, there is another thing. So let me just pen it down over here. That is what we have as AI. Okay. Now, there are a lot of ways in which you can make your computers intelligent. One of the way is machine learning. So this is again, which you might have heard this terminology a lot, okay, which is ML or machine learning. So that's the second one. Now, what exactly happens is in this, okay? Now, if you ask about machine learning, I can say it will actually try to learn patterns and then it will try to predict future. Okay, so it will try to learn the patterns and basis that it's going to be trying to predict the future, that what could be there in the near future. Okay, so that comes under the umbrella of AI. Okay, now again, you might have heard another very common terminology, which is deep learning or DL. So that comes within the ML. So if I talk about DL, which is deep learning, all right. So indeed, we are trying to understand, we are trying to learn the patterns and we are trying to predict in future, just like machine learning. But in deep learning, it's going to be in an extended way, or I can say in a specific way. And that way is called as the neural network way. Okay. So for now, just understand that this is a subset of ML, okay, or a subfield of machine learning. And then when we go deep inside this, we have another thing, which nowadays, again, we are hearing a lot, which is our generative AI or Gen AI. Now, in Gen AI or generative AI, it's going to be using all these learning concepts, okay, the deep learning methodology, and it will generate certain things. It will predict, it will generate content for you. So when I say generate content, it can generate images for you, it can generate songs for you, it can generate PDFs, contents, a lot of things for you, even PPTs. All right. So when we talk about generative, as the name is suggesting, that it's going to be generating. So it has the capacity of generating a lot of things by using the concept of deep learning methodology. So that's pretty much an overview that I wanted to give, since we are all gathered here to understand about the AI and the need of the hour. So it's pretty much important for us to understand. So you can think that AI is kind of a branch. Okay, like if I give you a very simple analogy to this, um, in the schools when we study mathematics, we study science, we study maybe different segments, English or any other regional language. Similarly, AI, you can consider it as a branch of studies, and within that you have these different segments, and as and when you go deep inside, you will explore a lot of things with it. All right, so um, coming back over here, okay, so that was a brief overview about AI and the different subsets. Now, let's talk about the different types of AI that we have. Okay, so number one, we do have the narrow AI. Okay, now this is something that we mostly use or we have it today. Okay, for example, we have Siri, we have Alexa. Okay, they can answer our questions, but at the same time, they are not in a position to maybe drive your car or maybe to cook dinner for you. Okay, uh, the point I'm trying to drive here is they are smart, but to a limited extent. Okay, to a limited area. Then we do have the Gen AI, which we spoke about. Okay, so you have general AI. Okay, so this is kind of a dream stage, I would say. This is where you would have AI, and we are thinking of it doing anything a human can do. Like it can think, it can reason, it can create, it can learn, it can do things of its own. Okay, so you can just imagine an AI that can switch from maybe solving a mathematics problem to painting, to negotiating for you for your business's deals, right? So it's going to be moving across different territories and different horizons. We also do have the super intelligent AI, which is like the beyond human capacity. Okay, this is that AI that we are projecting, okay? Something like I can say we have seen in the movies like Iron Man, okay, where it has much more capacity or capability, okay? So that is what we are thinking about, and this is yet to be there. But as of now, it's still theoretically there, and we are still in the process of study, and we are trying to get into that. Now, how exactly it's going to be working, how exactly the AI works for us. So it works on three main pillars, I can say. Number one, you have the data. Data is quite important. Data acts like, we can say it's like a new currency in today's world. And if you put your data into the right use, you can get a lot of insights, a lot of things from the data. Hence, the data is going to be acting like a fuel because without data, it cannot learn anything. Second thing, it has to have algorithms. Now, algorithms are the recipes, or I can say these are the instructions that how AI is going to be helping us to learn or how it's going to be making the decisions. Okay. Then you also do have the computing power. This is, you can consider it to be a muscle power to process all of these information that we have quite quickly. Okay, so this is what we are looking at. Now, if I give you an example to understand, like, um, in terms of data, like AI, when I said it needs data. Okay, AI learns from data. So if you give AI a lot of pictures, maybe of a cat, dog, or maybe a Barbie, as simple as that. Okay, you show it thousands of pictures, and then it will study the kind of shape, the kind of color, texture. Okay, it will try to learn it to the granular level, and then it will say, okay, so this is how this Barbie looks like, and this is how a teddy would look like. And next time, whenever you are showing, demonstrating any kind of picture, it would easily be able to understand that whether it's a teddy or a Barbie or maybe something else. Okay, so that's how it's learning. It's learning from us, it's learning from the data. Thank you so much, people, for keeping me encouraging. Okay, so with that, the last pointer that we have is AI versus automation. Okay. Now, understand these are two different terminologies, two different things. Okay. Though people think it in the same way, but they are two different things to remember. So, automation, if I talk about, it follows certain fixed rules. Okay. Whereas when I talk about AI, it learns and it adapts. As I spoke about AI, for a while now. Okay. And if I talk about automation, automation is something it has to happen. So do that kind of thing. Okay. And if I talk about AI, it will try to do permutation and combination kind of thing and try to figure out, which is the best way that could figure out. Okay. So that's how these things work in different. Okay. Moving ahead. Okay, so now where exactly we could see AI in our life already today? Okay, so as I said that it is not in the future, it's here, right here with us right now. Okay, so it's not a concept anymore. It's a powering tool that we are using almost every day, every minute, and we are actually living with it in the world. So number one, we do have the smartphones and we do have the voice assistants. So this is kind of a pocket pal, I can say. Okay, this is probably the most obvious place, your mobile phone. Now, it isn't just your mobile phone anymore. It is an AI hub, basically. Why? Because it handles most basic things for you. your frequent interactions that you have. It recognizes your voice. It anticipates, even when you are typing, maybe if you're using WhatsApp, it will try to understand that what you are going to be typing, and it also confirms your identity. Okay, so it is to that extent. So let's say if you are typing that I am going to be meeting you, and in place of meet you just write MEER by mistake. So it will autocorrect for you. Okay. So that's how it's learning from the pattern. Number two, you do have the online shopping and advertisement. Okay. So this is something that, we have seen a lot many times. Okay. So if I talk about this, let's say if you are browsing onto any of the e-learning platforms, or maybe onto any of the shopping platforms, you would find, let's say if I'm searching for a red shirt on the platform, and the very next time, if I open a blog, you will find that there are different red shirts that are popping up right next to me. So, how it's knowing? Because it is tracking, it's learning my pattern, the taste and preferences that I have. Okay, it's also looking at the kind of costing that I have, the kind of color that I'm looking, maybe if I'm looking for any particular brand. So, it's looking into all of your interest areas and suggesting you accordingly. Number three, you have the navigation and traffic. Okay, so if you remember earlier days, when we used to travel, we generally used to take help of the navigation, the maps. Okay, we would have the maps handy, we would maybe take a printout, but now we do have, and we are widely using Google Maps. Okay, that is constantly analyzing all the incoming data. Okay, which is coming from thousands of users who are using their mobile phones to maybe figure out what is the traffic pattern in real time. And it helps them to predict that in a longer trip as well, that maybe you can take this particular route rather than this, because it may save you around 12 minutes because there is a heavy traffic on the main road. All right, so that is how it learns. It learns from your historic patterns. It learns from the real time data, like what are the rush hours, and it helps you to take up decisions based on that. Number four, we do have the smart homes. Okay, so homes are also becoming smarter. Okay, and thanks to AI for that, because it is behind that operation. Okay, so smart devices, they are changing our habits. It is optimizing energy. Okay, which is a very good part. And it is also keeping your home safe and secure, because it will monitor a lot of your activities, maybe adjust. Okay, so let's say if you are having a thermostat at home, a smart thermostat rather. Okay, so the for the first few weeks or first few months, it will try to notice, what is the kind of temperature that you would like to have. Maybe when you're leaving for work in the morning, you would like to have it around 68 Fahrenheit, but when you come back, maybe automatically it's going to be adjusting it, okay, accordingly. Now, having said that, these are a couple of areas, but there are a lot of other applications that we are widely using. So maybe I would want to hear from you, which all are the AI tools that you are using. Please make use of the chat box. Which all are the AI tools that you're widely using? A very common one. So we have the chat GPT, okay, the very common one, right? So when we talk about that, let me just quickly take you here. So this is an application or a tool, I can say AI tool, that we are using a lot. But at the same time, let me tell you that how we can optimize it to the next level. So here, if you can see, we have something called as personalization, and you can personalize your GPT as per your preference, which means, let's say you can give it your name. So let me give it my name and show you what it would do. So let's say I am just writing NJ here. What is your occupation? I am a trainer. All right. So I am a technical trainer. All right. And here, whether it I want it to save in memory whatever I'm searching. Okay. You also do have the advanced options here. Okay. Web search, codes, canvas. All right. So as of now, I'm just going to be putting into these, and you can have your custom instructions. So understand, this is very important while you're using GPT. Let's say me being a trainer, I'll give you my example. Let's say I want it to learn from my style. I want it to generate content which should be professional. Okay. So I will write professional tone. I want it to give me certain examples. Okay. I want it to maybe give me industry specific examples, so on and so forth. So you can just go ahead and amplify whatever instructions that you would want, and you will be amazed that, the next time whenever I'll just go ahead and save this. Okay. And let's go ahead and ask GPT something. So as of now, if you can see that, you know, if you move into your chat GPT, you won't find something as this. But right now, what it is asking me, what can I help you with, NJ? So NJ is coming from here. Okay, so it has already learned that what is the kind of output that I would want, as it will start giving me those outputs. Okay, let's search for something like, what is AI? Okay, since we are into the AI, so what is AI? Okay, so it's giving me the understanding about AI, and you can see it's going to be in a professional tone. Okay, whatever input that you will place in there, it will give some examples. Okay, in summary, also it's giving. So that's how you can train in your AI. Number two, if people you are using this beautiful application of Canva. Okay, so here I'm not going to be moving in around everywhere, but what focus for me is the Canva AI over here. All right. So Canva AI is again an application that you can use. And first thing first, you have to log into this application. Make sure to register. So I'll ask the team to share in the link in the chat box. You can log in, and then you can go to the Canva application, and you can say, let's say I want to have a Xmas postcard. Okay. So I've just given a prompt, which is Xmas postcard, and I will just go ahead and run it. So it'll just take a minute or so because it's churning out the output. You can see it's mapping. So since Christmas is approaching, maybe you can make use of it, and you can show your friends and family that how you are also making use of AI. And once this is being done, let it just finalize the design. Okay, so you can see how beautifully it has created, and I can also move back to my Canva editor and make use of the same. All right, you can add on the images. Okay, you can play around with the headers over here. You can add in your name, your company name, so you can do all of these. Okay, so that's how you can make use of the AI. So there are a lot of other different tools that are widely available in the market, so you can make use of it. And that's how AI is empowering us in everyday life. Okay, so coming back, moving ahead. Okay, so we also do have the AI running in our homes. As I said, that it's learning from our preferences. Okay, so imagine when you are coming back home after a long day, and your house is already ready at the perfect temperature for you, and neither it's too hot, neither it's too cold. It's absolutely ambient as per you. Okay, that's your AI powered thermostat. Okay, you also do have the voice control convenience nowadays, wherein you can have your Alexa or maybe Siri, and you can play out music. Maybe, if you want, you can make use of it to turn on lights, turn off lights, maybe some geysers. Okay, so it's going to be the AI which is going to be in action and responding to all of these commands. And also alongside, remember people, data. It's learning from your preferences over the time. All right. So that's the smart assistants. So it does not only follow you or you follow your orders, but it also tries to adapt. Okay. So that's the power of AI. You also have energy and cost saving. So this is a very important thing for a lot of people because it plays a huge role in having the eco-friendly and budget-friendly things because it will track all your energy use and it will find out ways that where exactly you can have a wastage cut. It will maybe help you to turn off lights wherever it's not needed, maybe in an empty room. And at the same time, it will help the adjusting of cooling whenever it knows that you are about to be at home. Okay. Also, lastly, you have the security and peace of mind. So modern homes have their security systems and they are no longer just about, having the alarms. Okay. We want them to be smart. Okay. So the AI again helps the cameras. As I said in the starting of the session, it will recognize the faces. It will try to detect if there is any kind of suspicious activities or even if there is something indifferent. Okay. Maybe let's say it sees your dog running around the house or maybe anything strange, it will alert you instantly. Maybe it will alert you on your mobile phone. There will be a trigger, there will be a siren. Okay, if needed it will go ahead and do that. Okay, so AI in smart home is not just about having the fancy gadget, it's about making your home think for you. Okay, it learns from your habits, it adapts your lifestyle, and it gives you that soothness, that comfort, the safety, and also helps in saving while you are all the day in your office. Also, we are leveraging AI into transportation. Okay, so we are making use of AI even into the transportation segment, where again we are having these smart applications like we have Google Maps or maybe we have Waze if you have heard about. So they just don't show you the way, but they think about the best routes that they can suggest you in real time, getting in all the data in real time, studying the traffic conditions, maybe the roadblocks, even the accidents. Okay, then they suggest you the most quickest way and the efficient route that you can take. AI in ride sharing platforms. So you might have heard about Ola, Ubers, okay, which are already being used in AI. Okay, maybe even without you realizing it, they are making use of AI. Okay, so just to give you an example, like AI is helping these platforms to have in a smart decision, like which driver might be closest to the person who is looking out for a particular vehicle. Okay, whosoever is within the vicinity. Okay, what could be the best route for them? Okay, so they are trying to do that even for the price rates. They are going to be charging high in the rush hours and normal rates in the other hours. So that's again getting everything is from AI. Traffic management systems. Okay, now imagine that there is a city-wide scale. Okay, now there are many smart cities that are using AI driven smart traffic systems that is monitoring the road cameras, the sensors, and they are adjusting the traffic lights in real time. Okay, that means that you don't have to stay longer. Let's say if there is a lot of rush in a particular segment, they will have a longer green lights and shorter ones where they have less traffic or less footfall. That's how they are making use of it. You also do have the autonomous vehicles, right, which is your self-driving cars. Okay, so they rely completely on the sensors, the cameras, the radars, and they try to perceive the surroundings. Okay, be it be the pedestrian, the signals, maybe the other vehicles, and then they try to decide whether to move ahead or stay by and all. Okay, that's how we are making use of AI on the move or in the transportation segment. So we also do have the AI in entertainment and shopping. All right. So here, what we are doing is we are making use of streaming in, let's say, in Netflix. Okay, we know that what exactly it's, what is our taste and preferences. Accordingly, it will generate the content, or maybe it will come up with those kind of suggestions. You will have dynamic product recommendation, which means that whenever you are doing your online shopping, at that time, be it be your Amazon or maybe any other online platforms, you are getting these recommendations from these systems that bases on, again, your browsing history, your purchase patterns, and even what other people are having, like similar taste and preferences. So they'll start suggesting you those kind of products. We also do have the search optimization. So now AI is also improvising on how we find and how we are looking for, instead of just matching the exact words. Okay, so it understands our intent behind it, the context behind it, and it will start searching based on that. For example, like when we search for comfy shoes for running. Okay, so it will understand you're looking for comfortable shoes, so it'll start giving you those kind of shoes options that are comfortable for you to wear. Lastly, the customer experience personalization. Now, AI does not only stop at the recommendation. It also gives you a personalized to your entire online experience. For example, from your email address, uh, you could have your preferences to the chatbot that it will provide you that to 24 into 7. Okay, that's again AI that's ensuring that customers are not feeling that they are being left out or they are not being understood. So you might have come across this, that a lot of time when you try to communicate with the chatbot, instantly there will be a response back to it. And sometimes when the executives are not around, it will say that maybe I'll get back to the team and someone from our team is going to be connecting back to you. So when they're not able to address the question, they cascade it to the next level, that is to the executives. So that's how AI is personalizing. So this is telenovels. This is again, I would say that let's go ahead and see what exactly it is. So telenovels is AI generated, actress, and let's see that how AI is doing wonders in there.
She's Hollywood's new it girl. Her name is She's Hollywood's new it girl.
I hope it is audible for us.
Yes, Nilandra.
Her name is Tilly Norwood.
Let's get to know each other, and thanks for watching.
Her photos and videos are all over social media. But Tilly is already causing a major controversy. Why? Because she's not real. She's AI generated.
Tilly Norwood, 100% AI generated.
Tilly is the creation of a Dutch comedian who says multiple talent agents have shown interest in signing the AI actress. The blowback is intense. This is really, really scary, says actress Emily Blunt.
It's a little bit of an unfair advantage, but you know what? Bring it on.
Yeah.
Because you can always tell them from us.
Yeah.
We move differently, our faces move differently, our bodies move differently.
AI protections was a key sticking point during the writer and actor strikes back in 2023. Now their fears seem to be coming true. The union is opposed to the replacement of human performers by synthetics.
I think people are understandably upset that there's something that will come along and possibly take away their livelihood, but also there's been sort of a general lack of respect shown for the craft of acting.
So that's how AI is moving ahead. Coming to our case study, so the first one that we have is about Netflix. So as I stated, in the starting of the session, starting of the webinar, that Netflix has been leveraging AI to keep us as customer glued to the application, to keep us, keep watching the application. Okay, it's not mere luck, it's again making use of AI at work. Okay, so Netflix is using AI recommendation system, like it acts like your personal entertainment advisor. Basically, it studies what you are watching, what kind of search that you're doing, and how long are you ready to spend in your browsing before you decide. Okay, so let's say if you often watch certain thrillers, okay, and you skip the romantic comedies or rom-com, so Netflix is going to be taking a note of it, and next time, maybe whenever you log in to the application, you will see more of thrillers, detective stories, suspense films, and it will again be handpicked by AI for you. Okay, now the goal is simple, it's going to be helping you to find what your taste and preference is much faster. Okay, so that way, so it's actually making use of the machine learning. So if you remember, people, if I bring you back, it's making use of this machine learning. Okay, and that's where the magic happens. So Netflix is using machine learning models, like you have collaborative filtering, you have deep learning, where it compares your preferences with millions of other users. And let's say if you are fond of if you have watched Money Heist, okay, so maybe they will suggest that you would like this Breaking Bad, or maybe once you have finished Money Heist, it will give you that maybe you would want to watch these. So these are the recommended for you. And by analyzing all the people across the globe, it will create a highly curated predictions about what exactly you are enjoying and what others are enjoying. Okay, and it helps you to derive engagement and retention. Okay, not only engaging, but retention is equally important. Okay, and again, Netflix is making commendable job making use of AI in that. So more than 80% of people, they are taking the data of how people are watching, what they are watching on Netflix, giving them the AI driven suggestions. That means most of the time the users, they do not have to search for it, so that it's there in their fingertips. They are just click away with their movies or with their series that they would want to watch. Okay, and continuous learning. So continuous learning means Netflix, or maybe I would say AI over here, though Netflix is using AI. So AI is never stopping in learning. It constantly evolves and it studies the user behavior, which means, let's say that if it analyzes that there is a change in the mood, or maybe change in the trend, maybe off late you have started seeing a lot of documentaries. Okay, in the past months you were watching a lot of comedy movies, so again it will start handpicking the shift and will update your homepage constantly. Okay, so if in case you haven't tried this, go ahead, do try it and see how things work. So that is our first case study. Bringing on to our next one, which is about banking sector. Okay, so today's banking happens. It happens at a lightning speed, and we transfer a lot of money. We shop here and there. Again, we need to make use of AI, basically to detect fraud. So fraud is a very big challenge and we need to tackle that. So there are a lot of algorithms that work behind. AI tries to study the behavior. It learns whether it's a normal or a abnormal behavior. Okay. So let's say mostly I am doing the transactions from Mumbai in India, and all of a sudden they see that there is a transaction in London. There will be a flag, okay, that AI will immediately raise. And it does help in real-time monitoring, because it monitors each and every transactions that we are doing. All right. And also, most importantly for the banks is that it reduces the false positive, which means that, it would reduce the false alarms for us. Okay. So earlier, what used to happen is sometimes people would have their credit cards or debit cards getting locked. Maybe, if there was some inaccurate pattern. So now it reads your patterns normally, okay, and in real time, which is helping us to reduce the false positive kind of thing, or the false alarms, I can say. Number four is your scalability of security. So it is scalable because it can be served across different branches, different countries, as well as different kind of services. So it is machine learning that is learning and helping us. There are a couple of myths and challenges. So myth that, AI will replace everyone. This is a common myth. Okay. So I just wanted to highlight that this is probably the most common fear factor, that robots are going to be taking over, or they might be taking away our jobs. Okay, but the truth is AI is not going to be doing that. It is not going to be replacing people, but rather it's going to be replacing the repetitive tasks. Okay, AI will, to a huge extent, will do the automation for all of the boring tasks or the repetitive tasks that humans used to do earlier, and we as humans will have a lot of scope to do the creativity, empathy, and decision making. Okay, for example, I gave you an example of customer service. Okay, AI chatbot could handle maybe the certain questions that they are trained upon. Okay, let's say, what is my order status, or maybe when is this particular thing going to be reaching me. Okay, but let's consider some complex issues, that, was I double charged for this particular product or not? So there you need the intervention of the human. Okay, so it's not going to be people, it's not going to be replacing humans, it's just there to help us and assist us. Okay, so challenges, there are ethical dilemmas, okay, because AI, with AI, you get ethical dilemmas, like, there could be certain biasness in terms of, if it is being trained on data which is biased, then it might, omit out responses which can also be biased. Let's say it has studied most of the men data while it was getting trained, so it will start giving out, you know, the output which will be more biased towards the men. So there are, challenges in that context. Second is your data privacy. So AI learns from your data, as I told you. So there's a lot of data collection that happens, right? So there comes, or it raises a question about the privacy. And very simple example, Alexa. Okay, it is listening to your commands, your voice. So all of this data is getting collated. So in today's world, we have to have a clear tie in understanding the data responsibly and to what extent it is getting used. Also, we have the apologies. Also, we have the black box algorithms. So some AIs, have a complexity in the way they are being created, to the extent that, even the creators, they are not able to explain that how they are coming up with the decision. So that is called as the black box problem. Okay, so we are still in the look around, that, how we can deal with these challenges. So these are quite big challenges, and these aren't the technical, they are all human ethical challenges. So how you can learn the concept of AI? So we can start with the very basics, okay, the foundation level, and then we can explore the other application in the real time, okay, maybe in healthcare, in finance, in retail, that how they are doing. Uh, like I gave you examples in retail, in recommendation, in your products, inventory management. So that can happen. You can create your in-hand projects, do it yourself, because experiential learning will enhance your experience, and you can learn from that. You can make use of platforms like Google Colab, etc. And you can also get certified. Okay, so you can have the AI CERTs certification as well. Okay, just as a beginner, because it's going to be helping you to understand what exactly is AI and how it's going to be impacting your business and the practical perspectives of it. So why we have to have the AI plus everyone? Because it will help us to give us a quite solid background of what exactly is AI. It will provide you with hands-on learning model, like I demonstrated few of the tools, like that you are going to be getting a lot of tools to understand. You will get recognized credentials, and you will also have the career-centric curriculum, which was already being taken care in a detailed manner by Mr. Ripple. All right, and moving ahead. So these are your AI certifications, okay? So that you can have a look at. So I just take a pause. So you can get certified in AI, get your recognitions in AI. You can have your career growth and mobility in AI, and you are going to be future ready with these skills. Now, as it was stated in the starting, we are running with some special promo codes or certain discounted rates currently for the professional and the technical courses. So you can have a look onto the same. Okay. All right. So with that, I think we have covered most of the content in here, and I would thank you all for joining in for today into the AI plus everyone, making every day every life smarter. I hope your curiosity and engagement was there throughout the session. Okay. And we would love to hear from you all. Thank you so much. So now it's been a long time that I have been speaking. So now I leave the code open for you all so we can have a discussion. Maybe what caught your attention, the most important thing that you learned from this particular webinar, or maybe what are the different topics that you would like us to host the further webinars, be technical, be it be functional, or even basic ones. You can just place them in the chat box. Okay, and you can just go ahead, ask all your questions, because uh, no question is too small. Your curiosity is something that drives the conversation forward. So looking forward to hear from you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nilanjana.
Thank you.
I would actually, first of all, I would actually like to thank you for this insightful session. And with you, I would also would like to thank the audience for being such an amazing, enthusiastic audience. They were participating throughout the events, and I can also see that we now have certain questions from their end. Let me just quickly, we are on only left with 3 minutes. Let me just quickly take as many questions as possible. So
Sure.
first we have is how can AI actually make everyday tasks easier for non-technical people?
Okay, so great question. So there are many AI tools that are now being designed for simplicity. Like you have the voice assistants that will help you to manage your schedules, to AI writing the design tools. That's going to be saving a lot of your hours and a lot of your manual work, repetitive work. So you don't really need to know the coding skills. You just need to know that how to ask the right kind of question, the right kind of prompt, and that will do all the magic for you.
Okay. The next question we have is AI reliable enough to make decisions for us in daily life?
Okay, AI, yes. So I would say AI is a great at help in supporting the decision, but at the same time, as I emphasize, that it's not going to be replacing the human judgment. Okay, it can provide a lot of insight. It can give you reminders. It can give you data-driven decisions as well. But the best thing I would say is that you rather use it as a co-pilot and not like a pilot. So you will, at the end of the day, you as human, you have to intervene because we don't know that what kind of data it has learned about. So yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. The next question we have, how can I make sure I'm using AI tools safely and not sharing too much personal data?
All right. Okay, that's again a very good question. Okay, so always check that whatever you would like to share or upload on AI. Okay, and if that is a sensitive data, now how would you validate or how would you know that whether your data is sensitive or not? So the very simple thing is, like, if you would go ahead and share certain documents, certain any of your data on the Gmail or maybe any of the emails to a stranger, if that is something that you're okay with, then you go ahead and upload. If not, then I would rather not recommend for you to upload it on the AI apps.
Excellent point made here, I would say. Okay, last but not the least, what's one easy way to start using AI daily without feeling overwhelmed?
Okay, so that is something that I have already taken in the webinar, that start small. Okay, pick up a routine task. Okay, maybe you are fond of scheduling, you're fond of summarizing or drafting your content, and see how AI is doing it for you. Okay, and once you are able to do that, you will see how you are able to save time. It will become much more easier for you to explore even much more avenues for you.
I think with that, we are done with our questions. Some of them were already answered during the session, Nilanjana.
All
Uh,
right.
so yeah, coming to an end, I would actually like to thank everyone for being such an engaging audience, and I would like to thank you, Nilanjana, for sharing your valuable insights, and obviously to Rico and the ETX Philippines team for partnering with AI CERTs to make this session possible. We hope today's discussion has given you a new perspective on how AI can truly make everyday life smarter. If you'd like to know more about the certifications, courses, please feel free to reach out to AA Certs or ETX PH. You'll be receiving the session recording and key takeaways shortly via an email. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep exploring the power of AI. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. See you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.